Hare Krishna. Welcome back to the 10th canto Bhagavatam study series. We are in the first chapter. We've discussed till text 25. So in this chapter till now, the questions by Parikshit Maharaj, then the background of the answers by Shukadeva Goswami has been described. And now Shukadeva Goswami from verses 26 to 37 will describe the incidents leading to the talks between Vasudeva and Kamsa. So these incidents will describe the barbarism of Kamsa and the pacifism of Vasudeva. And then after that, the chapter describes the attempts of Vasudeva to pacify Kamsa. So let's begin with text 26. Shri Shuka Uvacha Ityadi Shyamarganan Prajapati Patir Vibhu Ashvasya Cha Mahim Girbhi Swadhama Paramam Yayo. So now Brahmaji has conveyed the message of the Supreme Lord to the Devatas. And after that, he is now telling them to depart. Iti Adishamarganan. Adisha, the message, the instruction. Amaraganan. So the Devatas, Prajapati Patir Vibhu. So Prajapati are those who populate the universe. Daksha and others are Prajapatis. And Patir. Patir is their lord, their master, their father. So actually the word Pati is sometimes used, is now often used to mean husband. But the word Pati has a broad meaning of protector. So here it means their protector, their master. Here it's here their lord. Prajapati Patir Vibhu. That very powerful person. Second time here, the Bhagavatam uses the word Vibhu to refer to Brahmaji. Then Ashvasya Cha Mahim Girbhi. And Ashvasya, he reassured whom? Mahim. The earth. Mahipate is often a word used to describe kings in the Bhagavad Gita. Girbhi is the sweet words. So Girbhi means actually the words which are used to pacify. So Kandantam, Karuna Bhashini. So we have discussed how the earth was lamenting, crying because of the burden of the demons. So Brahmaji assured her that now you are burdened by demons. Not only is that burden going to go get removed, but actually you will be blessed by the presence of the Supreme Lord. The Lord Lotus feet will grace you directly. So in this way he reassured Bhumi Devi. And then Swadhama Paramam Yayo. Then he went to his own abode, Swadhama. So Paramam, in the material world, his abode is the highest. Satyaloka Yayo. And he went there because he had, at the request of the earth, along with the Devatas, he had left that abode and come to the Kshirosagar. His own associates were there. And they were also anxious. They were also concerned. And he went and informed them of the auspicious news of the descent of the Supreme Lord. So Brahmaji, he conveyed the message to Devatas, then pacified the earth and departed back to his abode. So here, the two words, Prajapati Patir Vibho. He says that actually these two indicate the exalted position of Brahmaji, by which he was able to act as a messenger of the Lord. Even because of the demons, even the Prajapatis were anxious. So by conveying this reassuring message, he acted as their protector. To be a protector means either we protect, and when we don't have the capacity to protect, then we make arrangements for the protection. So he did that. And his Vibhu, his greatness is what? That he was connected with a supremely great person. And he was acting as a channel for that supremely great person. So in this world, we become truly great by connecting with the great and by acting as a medium for the message and the will of the great. So that is how we become Vibhu. Then now the incidents will be described. What now this so till now what has been happening is in the higher realms. This was at the Tira, Shira the Tira. So at the coast of the Shira Sagar. Now the camera flashes down to the earth, and it is coming to the Mathura area where Krishna is going to descend. So Shura Seno Yadupatir Mathuram Avasan Purin Mathuran Shurasenamscha Vishayan Bubuje Puram. So Shurasena. So many times the kings have names also which are signifying their quality. Shurasena, one who was very, very powerful, Shura, heroic. And Yadupatir, he was the chief of the Yadus. Now the Yadus, there were many sort of sub-dynasties within the Yadu dynasty. So among them, Shurasena was extremely powerful, and he, Mathuram Avasan Purim, he decided to come and reside in Mathura. And along with, when he came, because he was extremely powerful king, when he came there, other kings also came in the vicinity, and in that way Mathura became the abode. Mathuram Shurasenamscha Vishayan Bubuje Pura Bubuje. So he came and started staying over there, and thus that place became like his capital. So now Mathura is glorious because those illustrious kings in whose dynasty Krishna will appear, they had their kingdom over there already, and beyond that, Mathura is the eternal abode of the Lord. So that's mentioned in 28th verse now. Rajdhani tatah sabhut sarva yadav bhubhujam Mathura Bhagavan Yatra Nityam Sanihito Harihi. So Rajdhani tatah sabhut, Rajdhani is capital. Therefore it became the capital of the Yadvas. And Sarva Yadav Bhubhujam. Bhubhujam. Bhujam is arms. Bhu is it can have multiple meanings. Basically those are powerful arms. So Vibhuti, we have Vibhuti is special opulence or greatness. So those who have powerful arms, the kings, Mahabhaho we have. So like that, these kings, it became the capital. So for them, and then what is Mathura Bhagavan Yatra Nityam Sannihito Harihi? That Bhagavan himself stays eternally in Mathura, and he is, in that sense, it is his eternal abode. So actually, Sanatana Goswami explains in Vaishnava Toshani that if the abode is eternal, if the Lord eternally resides over there, that means that now the Lord is eternal, that means the abode is also eternal. So there is Mathura, which is the physical counterpart which we can geographically go, but that is actually a replica of the eternal Mathura. And that eternal Mathura is manifest over here. And the Lord's pastimes are going on eternally in his abode. Now, actually Mathura is the abode which is glorified in many, many scriptures. Padma Puran, Vishnu Puran, it is talked about in the Gopal Tapani Upanishad also. And in the Gopal Tapani Upanishad is described how this abode has so many opulences. So, Prapya Mathuram Purim Ramyam Sada Brahmadi Sevitam Shankha Chakra Gada Shringa Rakshitam Mushaladibhi Yatra Susamstita Krishna Stribhi Shaktaya Samahitaha Rama Niruddha Pradyumnai Rukminya Sahito Vibhuhu. So the weapons and the paraphernalia of the Lord, like Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Shringa, so all these are also personal and they are present there with the Lord. And then along with that, his three Shaktis are there. So here it is explained: Balram, Aniruddha and Pradyumna. These three are the Shaktis of the Lord. So this is of course an elaborate subject, but we know there are the Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. These are the Chaturvyuha. So in the series of expansions from the Lord, so these are the Chaturvyuha, important expansions. So among them, Krishna manifests directly as Vasudeva, and then according to the scriptures, that was there is Balram, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Anuruddha. So with the Sankarshan is Balramji, and from Sankarshan Mahavishnu manifests. There's a connection between them that way. Then from Anuruddha, Garbhodaksha Vishnu manifests, and from Pradyumna, Shirodaksha Vishnu manifests. So these three are the energies. So Vasudeva is Krishna, and then he has this energy. So they are present in the spiritual abode also. So there are different ways of analyzing the Lord's energies, and we can analyze them in one way as Sandhini, Samvit, Saladini. We can analyze them as Antaranga, Bahiranga, Tatastha. And here, depending on what framework is being used, the analysis can be different. The point is, the Lord is present with all his opulences in Mathura. Then what happened? Tasyam tu karhichit shaurair Vasudeva krutodvaha devakya suryaya sardham prayane rathamaruhat. So Tasyam. So in that Mathura abode, at some time ago, Shaurir. So Vasudeva. So Shauri is a dynasty. Now Shauri is a name of the Lord also. Shaure comes in the Vishnu Sahasranam and many other places. So that means one who is extremely heroic. The word can have different meanings. So there is a dynasty also, Shauri. In that, Vasudeva was there. So this is like a sub-dynasty within the broad Yadu dynasty. So Vasudeva krutodvaha. So he got married. Devakya suryaya sardham. So Devakya suryaya. So he got married to Devaki. And prayane rathamaruhat. So after the marriage, prayane, to depart, he climbed on the chariot. So now Vasudeva belonged to the Shura dynasty. Now Shurasena was the king. Overall, the broad emperor in one sense. Generally, emperor refers to one who holds a law, one who is a big king, the king of kings. So within the Yadu dynasty, there were many heads. They were kings of their own clans, but the overall at that time was Shurasena. So then at the same time, what happened? Ugrasena sutaha Kamsa swasupriya chikirshaya rashmin hayanam jagraha raukmai rathashatair vritaha. So there was another person who was the son of Ugrasena, Kamsaha. Swasupriya chikirshaya, in order to please his sister, Rashmin hayanam jagraha. So he took up the reins of the horses, of the chariot on which Devaki and Vasudeva were seated. So Raukmai rathashatair vritaha. Raukmai is a golden chariot, and it is surrounded by hundreds of golden chariots. So the word Kamsa actually indicates cruelty. How? Like we have Dvamsa, so the word Kamsa. Dvamsa means destruction. Kamsa also means to destroy. So Kamsa, K-A-M-S, Kamsa is destruction, to destroy. And Kamsa is one who destroys. So the name indicated his character. Now, Kshatriya is meant to destroy opponents, those who are adharmic. But when that nature gets perverted, the Kshatriya may end up destroying that which is dharmic. So now, how is it? What is the relationship between Kamsa and Devaki? It is meant as Swasuhu, sister. They were sister and brother, but there's cousin sisters and brothers. So Devaki's father was Devak. Kamsa's father was Ugrasena, and Ugrasena and Devak were brothers. So in that sense, Kamsa and Devaki were cousin brother sisters, and both of them were in the same family. And in another dynasty there was there was Devaka. So there was Vasudeva. So Vasudeva was the king of Vasudeva was one of the kings, one of the princes over there who would eventually become the king, one of the leaders of the Yadu dynasty. So that was one dynasty over here within the Yadu clan, and this is another clan, another dynasty we could say. So the marriage is going on, and Kamsa here, his affection is indicated that he was so affectionate that he was ready to drive the chariot. So often when the girl is going, after marriage, is going to go to her in-laws' place, her husband's place, to give some sense of comfort that you're going to a familiar place, but somebody familiar is with you. So often the brother goes. So that's a sign of affection. So this action indicates Kamsa's affection, but also indicates the dramatic and tragic change in his affection that will happen when he hears about his own death prophecy. So the emotions at the material level are so unstable, and that is demonstrated. So his seeming affection is highlighted over here so that it can be contrasted with his brazen cruelty later. So as he was going, so 32nd verse. So now he is having the chariot in his chariot's reins in his hands, and then it is described that wherever there are hundreds of chariots along with the chariot of Vasudeva and Devaki, that is because all these chariots were also carrying the gifts that Vasudeva was given by the father of Devaki, that is Devak. It is a part of the dowry. So Chatushatam paribarham gajanam hemamalinam ashwanam ayutam sardham rathanam chatrishatam dasinam sukumarinam dveshete samalankrite duhitre devakah pradad yane duhitravatsalah. Duhitravatsalah, out of affection for his daughter Pradad, Devak gave all this to his daughter's his daughters as a part of the dowry. So now dowry was never a business contract, it was never a demand, it was a gift. And the idea of the gift was that in the Vedic tradition, generally the women would not, the daughters would not inherit the property. So they would be given their own security money. So that would be the dowry. And when the bride gets the dowry, it is her property. And then later on in the next generation, when she has her daughter, that will be passed on to her daughter. And in that way, it acts as a security money for the bride. And when the husband also takes especially the jewelry and other things which are given to the bride, he understands that this belongs to my wife, and he normally doesn't take them. Only in emergencies, with her permission, he can take them. But the dowry is that means Dhuhitravatsala. It's a sign of affection. It's not a demand or a contract, and it is given as a security money also. So what was it? It was a massive dowry. Chatuhushatam paribarham. So Chatuhushatam, 400 elephants he gave. Kajanam hemamalinam. So hemamali. So golden garlands. So this can mean that they were wearing golden garlands, or they comprise themselves a sequence which is like a golden garland. Gajanam is elephants. Ashwanam ayutam sardham. So ayutam is 10,000. He gave 10,000 horses, ashwa. Rathanam chatrishatam. So 1,800 chariots he gave. And then dasinam sukumarinam. And then along with that, because the bride was going, so along with her friends that were there, maid servants, they were also given. So they could go as her accompaniments, as her associates with her. Dveshete samalankrute. So 200 of the maid servants were given with Devaki. And in this way, they went off. So now here the affection is described over here in these two verses. Now these two verses are comprising the same thought, it's the same sentence which is going on. So the two verses are often clubbed together while discussion is there. And here the whole affectionate and jubilant environment is depicted. And the word yane, Sanatana Goswami explains, can also mean that that all these duhitre, all these kumarinam, Sukumarin dasis, they were also not just saying like that. They were going in yarn and palanquins. That could be another meaning of this word. Now, 33rd verse. Shankaturyam mridangascha nedurdundu bhaya samam prayana prakrame tata varavadvo sumangalam. So normally, celebration is accompanied with music. So music is, in the Vedic culture, a very integral part of dharmic celebrations. And varieties of people, varieties of musicians with varieties of talents are invited to join in the festivities. So here, Shankhaturya Mrudangascha. So conches were blown, then bugles were there, drums were there, kettle drums were there, all this. And samam means it was not that it was discordant. It was all like a musical concert. Everybody was playing in such a way that it was musically very appealing. Samam. And they were all in the appropriate measure. Not that one was too loud so that others get covered over. It was all in such a way, it was a musical harmony was there. Prayana prakrame tata. So when it was prayana, and they departing, varavadho sumangalam. So to bring about auspiciousness for the varavadva, for the bride and the bridegroom. So this celebration was made. And here a significant word is used, tata. So as Parikshit Maharaj is hearing about Krishna, and now Krishna is going to appear, the background is described, but as the pastime is going closer and Krishna, Parikshit Maharaj is becoming jubilant. And seeing the jubilance, Shukdev Goswami feels delighted. And his affection gets heightened. So Tata is a address of great affection. It's very affectionate address. And oh dear one. So here he develops Vatsalya feelings. Yes, the Guru and the disciple, they have a relationship which is in one sense vertical. The Guru is at a higher position, the disciple at a lower position, but still is affectionate like a parent. So Tata, with great affection, he says, "Oh Parikshit, this is what was happening." So this historical narrative is being done between two great devotees, and both of them are delighted in talking about Krishna. Pathi pragrahinam kamsam abhashyaha sharirvak asyastvamashtamo garbho hantayam vahase abudha. So Pathi pragrahinam kamsam pragrahinam. So on the path when they were going, Kamsa had the reins of the chariot in his hand. He was controlling the chariot, and at that time, aha, asharirvak, a disembodied voice suddenly spoke. Abhash, it spoke. Asyastvamashtamo garbho, the eighth child in the womb of this Asya, of this Devaki, Hanta, will kill you. Yam vahase, and you are carrying that. Abudha, O foolish one. So now, this is a very significant verse which is going to, this event is going to spin around the whole mood of the time and the event entirely. So Kamsa's brutal character will be revealed. So a disembodied voice, a sharirvak. So now what does this mean, a sharirvak? So normally the speaking faculty is associated with the body. So Sanatana Goswami explains, a sharirvak can be metaphorical. That actually it is just used to describe that that the body could not be seen. So it was a devata speaking, and a devatas are not normally visible to human beings. We human beings do not have the qualifications to see the Devatas. And even if they appear, unless they bestow their grace, we cannot see them. So the Devatas had a body, but it is not visible, it is not perceivable. So asharirava, disembodied body. So it can be metaphorical in that sense, or the Devta, or it can be, he says, it can be literal also. Sanatana Goswami doesn't go too much into technicalities, he gives broad understandings over here. So it can be literal, also in the sense that Devatas do not have the gross body kind of body that we have. They also have subtle body, and they also have a body beyond that, but their body is not gross like us, so we cannot see that body with our eyes. So in that sense, that body is of a different nature, and more importantly, the body was not seen. So that's why it appeared that a disembodied voice was suddenly coming. And what did it say? Asyastam ashtamo garbho hanta, that the 8th child in the womb of Devaki will kill you. Now, actually, if you see, the word is Yam Mam Ahase Vahase Abudha. So, oh Abudha, oh foolish one, you are carrying that. So Vahase, Vahan means like an animal which carries burden, a beast of burden. Says normally a person who carries a beast of burden, there is somebody's got a treasure, that person may carry treasure. Somebody has got some luggage, person may carry that luggage. Now if a person, there is a time bomb on somebody's back, and the person is carrying that time bomb, and the time bomb will explode and kill him. So put that time bomb aside. What is the foolishness in carrying that thing which is going to kill you? So like that, the speech is quite harsh. There are two, Abudha, oh foolish one, and Vahase, you are carrying like a beast of burden. So the speech is so harsh. Why is the speech harsh? Sanatana Goswami describes that actually the Devta was concerned that because of Kamsa's affection for Devaki. Kamsa was demoniac, and his demoniac nature would be the cause of his death. He was cruel also. He had acted cruelly, but at this particular point he was acting affectionately. So to expose his cruelty to the world, this harsh speech was done. People with character, no matter how they are spoken to, they will respond in a mature dharmic way. But others who are putting on a facade of dharma, or putting on a facade of goodness, they can maintain their facade for some time, but whenever provocation comes, and the facade goes away. So the facade which Kamsa was maintaining, the show he was doing of being very affectionate, to expose that, the Devata spoke harshly to him, Abudha, Vahase, and he spoke also very intelligently. What did he speak? Ashtamo Garbho. The child in the womb, the 8th child. So now the word Garbha is used, it's a non-specific word. Is it going to be a boy or a girl? He does not mention that. Why? Because now these are all events which are orchestrated by the Lord. There is a master plan over here. And in these events, what is going to happen? Later on, a girl will appear, as we'll see in the next chapters. So if the word Putra is used over here, then when a girl will appear, Kamsa will become suspicious. Now, because these words are going to echo constantly in the head and the heart of Kamsa, causing him constant fear and terror. So he's not going to forget these words. So to keep him non-suspicious, because if a son is protected who will kill, and then a daughter appears, he'll become suspicious. What is this happening? So a non-specific describer use Garbha. And now when this happens, his mood will change. Let's see what happens. 35th verse. Ityuktah sakhalah papo bhojanam kulapamsanah bhaginim hantum arabdha khadgapani kache grahit. So ityukta, as soon as this was spoken, sakhalah papo. So that envious and sinful person, khala and papa. Bhojanam kulapamsana, he was actually the contaminator of the whole dynasty. Not only was he sinful and envious, but he contaminated the whole dynasty. And Bhaginim Hantum Arabdha, Bhagini, his own sister, Arabdha, he started the act of killing her. And what did he do? Khadgapani Kache Grahit, Khadgapani. So in one hand he took up a weapon to kill her. That was the sword. And kache, and he caught the hair. So that now the hair is long, so it's easier to catch. You want to catch the person's ears or hands or legs. The hair is longer. Quickly caught the hair that she would not be able to move, and then he raised the sword, about to kill her. So the same person who was carrying his sister as a servant, just the thought of his death, and then he was ready to turn a murderer. So such was a dramatic transformation that happened. And then what happened? Seeing this, Vasudeva is a responsible husband, and immediately he came to the protection of his wife. What did he do? Let's see. Tam jugupsitam karmanam rishamam nirapatrapam Vasudevo Mahabhaga Uvacha Parisantvayan. So, Jugupsit Karmanam, the abominable karma which Vasudeva saw Kamsa doing, or about to do, Nrishamam Nirapatrapam. So, actually, he was shameless, he did not have any conscience, and he did not have any compassion. It was cruel and Nirapatrapam, conscienceless, unconscionable, shameless. So actually, to kill anyone itself is cruel, and to kill a person in public view on such a jubilant occasion and kill one's own sister, that is a shameless activity. Sometimes when people want to do bad things also, they'll do it in private because they don't want their name to be sullied. But Nirapatrapam, he was so shameless that in a public assembly he was ready to kill his own sister. And Vasudevo Mahabhaga, Vasudeva, the greatly fortunate one, Uvacha Parisantvayan, to pacify, he started speaking. So Mahabhaga, why is he called Mahabhaga? He's greatly fortunate because it is described, because his words are going to set into motion the sequence of events which will lead to the appearance of Lord Krishna. They are an integral part of that. And although he was not as powerful as Kamsa, but still he manages to counter Kamsa. So he was greatly fortunate in that sense. Now, Sridhar Swami also explains that when Vasudeva was born, even the Devatas played drums because they knew that through him eventually the Lord is going to appear. And he will, let's see how he acts to protect Devaki. So that we will discuss in our next session. Thank you. Hare Krishna.